When I first heard the term toxic positivity, I didn't really want to believe that it was real, and I was kind of in denial about it because I didn't believe that anything that was positive could be toxic. At the end of the day, I just really didn't understand what is toxic positivity. Toxic positivity is really just an overemphasis on positivity. In many cases, toxic positivity is just straight up denying or invalidating the negative emotions that are very real and very much a part of life. Negative situations, negative emotions, negative experiences are a part of life. Not everything can be positive all the time. And this video is not about trying to help people be positive 24/7, 365, because that's literally impossible, and that would be considered toxic positivity. Welcome back to my channel. My name is Jackie, and I help people live better lives. I make videos to help people with their mental health, with their physical health, with their spiritual health, and then once we find that alignment within, I help people live a better life aesthetically. I am someone who likes a life that looks good on the gram, but I can promise you, as someone who has had it all without having alignment, there's no point to having a life that looks cool on Instagram if it feels like shit on the inside. So don't forget to click subscribe because I'm going to help you level up literally every aspect of your life. Maintaining a positive mindset has really changed my entire life. I used to be very negative. I had a negative mindset. And I've worked really hard to become a positive person. A positive mindset is so important because it can help you to boost your resilience and bounce back from hard times a little bit easier. It definitely helps with mental health and maintaining a better mental state. Having an overall positive mindset also helps to support your physical health. As someone who has definitely struggled with my physical health in the past, I noticed that in times where I'm kind of like dipping into a negative mindset, that's when my physical health takes a toll. I've talked about how I used to be fat, how I used to eat my emotions. Ultimately, leaning on a more positive lifestyle helped me to lose 35 pounds in 6 months without a diet or exercise. I outlined how I did that in a video I'm going to link up here. Maintaining a positive mindset, it also helps you to enhance your relationships, not only romantic relationships, but your friendships, your relationships with your family members, your coworkers. Having a positive mindset helps you to be a little more accepting of the everyday situations and not feeling like a victim. A positive mindset can also help to increase your productivity and your creativity. Someone who is positive is more likely to want to do more and achieve more and create more. Ultimately, maintaining a positive mindset can help you to just have greater success in life and just have a better life in general. How do I maintain my positive mindset? First and foremost, I practice mindfulness. This looks very different every day. I don't do the same routine every single day, but generally speaking, my mindfulness practices are yoga, gratitude, and affirmations. I also am big on my relationship with God, and I pray every day, and that helps me to maintain my mindfulness. I've also talked so much about affirmations. Affirmations are one of my favorite practices for mindfulness. I'm going to link another video up here that goes more into why I love affirmations. Jumping off of this mindfulness is practicing gratitude. Gratitude is definitely one of the mindfulness practices that I think deserves its own category here because gratitude has single-handedly changed my life. It is the most simple practice and it is so effective, and so many people are turned off from a gratitude practice because they feel that it's too easy. It's got to be too good to be true. It is such an important practice that I made an entire video about it. I'm going to link it up here as well as in the description. Another thing that I do to maintain a positive mindset is to remain judgment free. And this is something that has been a little bit difficult for me in my time. My mom's side of the family is Italian. And if you know Italian women, you know we like to gossip and we like to judge. That is one thing that Italian women are great at, is throwing shade. Learning to live a life judgment-free has definitely been something I've had to put into practice. And when it comes to judgments, we often think about judgments in a negative sense where we're judging people negatively, but judgments can also be positive. We can create positive judgments. These positive judgments that we create lean on the side of toxic positivity, and it also sets us up for like false expectations and false stories, and it's just not necessarily good. I try to catch myself when I am forming a judgment to let it go and kind of look internal, like, what is this trying to show me? Everyone we meet is a mirror, and I have talked about this mirror concept. I'm going to link the video up here. So if there's something that I'm looking to judge, whether positive or negative in someone else, I try to pause and catch myself and see, where is this like mirroring something within me that I need to see here? In remaining judgment free, I also validate the range of my emotions, and I don't judge my emotions. I very much understand that not everything in life is going to be positive. I understand that there is death and loss and suffering and war and evil and so many negative things that go on in the world, and I don't deny them. I understand that these things are a part of life, and in order to have a positive life, we have to balance it out with some of the negative. And when those feelings come up, I sit with them. And I even made a vlog one day, I'm going to link it up here, about a day where I was just feeling very negative and like how to live a positive life while feeling negative emotions. It is very possible, and I go more in depth in that video. In order to maintain a positive lifestyle, especially when those negative feelings are boiling up, I also practice self-compassion. I really make sure that I'm kind to myself when I don't succeed, or when I make a mistake, or when I experience some form of failure, or when I let my insecurities get the best of me, or when I just generally fuck up. Like, I'm not perfect, right? And perfection doesn't exist anywhere in the world. So I very much like to give myself that reminder and just try to do better next time. When I make mistakes, I like to think of myself as my inner child, and I would never talk to her the way that I sometimes talk to myself. I can be very mean to myself, and I try to catch myself in those times and be like, hey, would you yell at little baby Jackie when she was 5 years old in this way if she made a mistake? Like, no, I wouldn't. So I try not to do that to myself in my adulthood. Another thing that I do to maintain an overall positive mindset is I surround myself with supportive people. This is super important to make sure that the people around you are supportive of not only you, but the type of life that you want to lead. And if you want to live a positive life, you need to have positive people around you. This was something that was really hard for me to get into. I've had to really practice at this. There have been multiple people in my life, both romantic, platonic, friendships, very good friendships, with people who just see things from a very negative victim mentality. As much as I love these people, I had to notice where I had to take a step back from people who live lives that don't align with the life that I want to live, and surrounding myself with people that support who I want to be and the kind of life I want to live. It was very lonely at first. The more that I have moved towards living a life that I want to live and being mindful of the energy that I want to surround myself with, the more positive people that have found their ways into my life. Last thing that I do to maintain an overall positive mindset is I set realistic expectations. And now I listed this last because it is something that I definitely struggle with. I am a Capricorn. We are goal oriented. We also like to compartmentalize. We like deadlines. We like big goals. I often set myself up with like unrealistic deadlines, and then I talk to myself negatively, and I don't give myself compassion when I don't meet my unrealistic deadline. This is something that I'm definitely still working on, but it has really helped me to maintain an overall positive mindset, to know some of the goals and some of the expectations I had of myself, some of the deadlines I set for myself just weren't realistic. And if they're not realistic, they're not attainable. And if they're not attainable, I'm setting myself up for failure. In order to set myself up for success, I really just try to maintain a realistic expectation. Thank you so much for coming back to my channel. Again, my name is Jackie, and I make new videos every week to help you level up your life. So don't forget to click subscribe, because with me on your side, we're gonna level you up mentally, physically, spiritually, and aesthetically. Thanks again, and I will see you next week.